for 400 years. This is the one who's here to wipe away all our tears. This is the one who's here to comfort you and me, to guide us into freedom, justice, and equality.
22 years ago,
before we met him,
the world thought that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was dead. When I came to understand that he really was alive, and the enemy had been deceived, thinking that he killed that great Jesus. He was made to appear as such, as the Quran teaches, but Allah raised him to himself. So in 1981, at our first Savior's Day, to a small crowd of about not even 4,000 at the time, after working underground for 3 years, the Nation of Islam popped up again. And I declared at our first Savior's Day that Elijah Muhammad is alive and now in power. I suffered the loss of a lot of friendship when I made that statement. Some of my brothers that helped me while we were in the dark, growing underground, they said, "Farrakhan, you know Elijah Muhammad is dead. Why would you say such a thing?" But I made a declaration that took a lot of courage to state my belief. You say, but there was a death certificate. Yeah, you make them all the time. I offered the family to exhume the body. And I said, if you can prove that that body is Elijah Muhammad, I will stop teaching. Well, I sounded to many like a crazy man. But 39 Savior's Days after, here we are, all over the world. And the sad thing about this, they tried to bury my teacher not only in a grave, but destroy his works to cut the Nation of Islam off as it is written in the Psalms, that the name of Israel may no longer be remembered, or the name of the nation would no longer be remembered in us. It was a conspiracy between the federal government of the United States of America, the hypocrites from among us, and members of the Arab Muslim world.
Louis Farrakhan left the world community of Islam, which had been changed from the Nation of Islam, in 1977, and restarted, started a new Nation of Islam that has no connection and is not a continuation of the Nation of Islam headed by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
That went with him were those, what we call those die-hard Nation of Islam followers who didn't want to change. So really, it might have been a help to us. They moved over there, fine. That clears the way for us to move faster with what we have to do.
Most of us, in 1975, most of us became students of Imam W.D. Muhammad. Minister Farrakhan never became a student.
So in the second edition of the final call, I wrote the whole paper, and it was called The Crucifixion of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam. They never wanted Elijah to come back to you. No Negro or white man produced the fruit of the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad given to us by Master Fard Muhammad. So we had to grow from nothing to bring back the name and the teachings of the greatest black man to ever walk among us, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Moments later, Elijah Muhammad, in failing health, addressed his faithful followers in what was to be his last Savior's Day appearance.
I said to you, my beloved brothers and sisters,
Yes, sir, Divine.
give justice to where it belongs. Yes, sir. And don't try and rob people out of justice. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If the white man in it he has freed you and me to go to work for self, and you go all around the earth, feed on object, go wherever you want to, then he's not to blame today. You are the one to be blamed.
Yes, sir.
We all love to be equal with other people who are equal. Well, then do something to make them to accept us as their equal.
Yes, sir.
We can't sit off over here on the curbstone and tell him to come sit down with us.
Right.
No. We are lazy people. We want something for nothing.
Yes, sir.
That's what the way we are. We are lazy. We cannot take a country like this and build up cities from one end of it to the other, like the white man have done. Well, we helped him. Well, that was your fault. Certainly he was going to use you. Yes, sir. If you did not use yourself. Yes, sir. I love you. Yes, sir. But I love you to do something for self. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And stop putting your faults on the slave master. Yes, sir. And I said to you in the name of Allah, Assalamu alaikum.
Elijah Muhammad, living at 4847 South Woodlawn Avenue, told me, and I believe Brother Baha may have heard this, and others who are here that have been blessed to be around him. He said, some very fierce-looking men came to his house. He let them in, and they were having dinner with him. They never spoke. Conversation was going on. They just looked. He said, this is Elijah Muhammad talking. He said to them, there were some angels that visited with Abraham, and they were very fierce-looking men. And Abraham asked them, what is your business? He said, I'm asking you now, what is your business? And this is the answer that they gave. Our business is the same. See, the angels to destroy America, they're already here. You talk God, but you don't believe in him.
Which points out one of the angels that assisted the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in escaping the death plot against him. This angel's name is Semi Atakan. He's from Turkey. He was first introduced during Savior's Day 1994, which is right before the Honorable Elijah Muhammad departed to go to the mother will. Let's examine the angel Semi Atakan's introduction at this Savior's Day confluence.
We have Brother Semi Atakan from Turkey with us on the speaker stand.
The Muslim world, I have made pilgrim to Mecca and Medina. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I have seen and I have heard. These people don't believe in foolishness. Yes, sir. These men is not here to look at you just trying to be Muslim. They are here wanting to know whether or not that you are a Muslim at heart. Yes.
And so I knew the plan that was set for my husband, because it was personages that he identified as having power over the fire, power over the elements, like those 7 powerful angels. And I believe that we definitely saw one to come to the dinner table just prior in the same year, 1974. And he appeared at the hospital. But he never spoke a word because he had an assignment. And he didn't bother conversations, we didn't talk, nobody gave him greetings. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad described him, this is a very quiet person. He came to the dinner table. He did not say a word, but his face was focused and it looked like he was in a meditative state the whole time. When at the hospital, he stood at the foot of his bed, and in my view, I saw it, he was communicating mentally with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And that was the last stages before they announced that he was dead and died at the Mercy Hospital from congestive heart failure. So I don't know what condition the minister will be in upon the heels of his departure. But the medical profession had a plan, and God had a plan. And he is the best of planners. So have that faith, not to worry about anything, whether the minister stays a while longer or departs. Know that he's in the hands of Allah. And he told us at the dinner, in fact, someone reminded me that he mentioned me in reference to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's words to me in the hospital, take refuge in Allah. And so that's where all of us would take refuge. Thank you.
Elijah Muhammad lives, and there is no God but Allah. And Elijah Muhammad is his messenger Messiah, now the exalted Christ.
This is the word we've waited for 400 years. This is the one who's here to wipe away all our tears. This is the one who's here to comfort you and me, to guide us into freedom, justice, and equality. Before we met here, we were deaf, dumb, and blind, searching everywhere to find the peace of mind. This man opened up our blinded eyes, made we who were dumb to become wise. All praise is due to our Savior Allah for giving us Elijah Muhammad, our messenger. This great man, unstopped